Hello, my friends. Happy Saturday. You know what time it is. Time for me to talk about 3 candles and 3 beauty or lifestyle products that I have been using this week and just give you guys a little bit of feedback. I apologize for missing this video last week. I was out of town with my family. We made a brief trip to Southern California, and while I was able to film a video before I left, I was not able to edit and upload it. So it just didn't happen for me last week, and I know you guys are so kind in understanding that, but I am back this week, and let's not waste any time. The first product I want to talk about is a candle that I am actually currently burning, and I have the other one because I purchased this in a duo set. This is Homeworx Valencia Orange. Now, I am not sure if this product is still available. The fragrance notes on this are Valencia Orange, sugared lemon, glazed vanilla bean, and sweet amber. My pour date on this is October 8th of 2022, and I really like this fragrance, you guys. Now, you know, I love pretty much all citrus. I would say that grapefruit is probably my least favorite, but I do love orange scents. So when I saw this one released on the QVC website, I want to say it was maybe 2 months ago now, maybe 3 months. I don't know, you guys. I feel like time just seems to be one big blur these days. I feel like every year of my life that I keep living, time just goes quicker and quicker. But anyways, this candle, oh, this is a good one. If you love a fresh orange scent, this is the one for you. This just smells like a very juicy, freshly cut into orange. Like when you just go through the, I want to call it the rind. I guess is that what orange? Peel, I guess when you go through the peel and you get that fresh citrus, that is what this reminds me of. Now, what I will say is that I am not sure if this one is still currently in stock. However, do not fear, because I think that this fragrance is a close sister to the orange creamsicle scent. I feel like whatever orange, like orange oil that they are using to get that scent note in this candle, I think that they're using the same one in the orange creamsicle, because to me, these fragrances are very, very similar, other than the orange creamsicle one has a slight creaminess to it. But honestly, you guys, I wouldn't even say it, like I could probably smell the differences on cold sniff and while they are burning. I actually just finished up my orange creamsicle scent about 2 weeks ago, so that will be in my empties video this month, spoiler alert. But the two fragrances are so similar to my nose that I honestly don't think that you are missing the other one if you own one but don't have the other. So I have really been enjoying this fragrance. I am currently burning it, like I said. Now, the strength and throw on this one has been very good for me. I have had my windows open a lot this week, so if you hear, you know, some bird song or wind chimes in the background, I'm sorry, I just can't close my windows up. I've got maybe a month or two of having my windows open, and then they will be shut from June until October. So anyways, with that being set aside, what I will say is that with my windows open, I am still able to smell this candle very well. I would give it a solid 8 in my house. It is a medium high thrower for me. The fragrance is pleasant enough for that it's not an overbearing citrus scent. I actually just had it burning this morning. Obviously I pre-filmed this video, and I had some women come into my home this morning, and nobody mentioned that it was too strong for them. All of them found it very pleasant. So if you are looking for a lovely orange scent, this one is for you. And if you cannot get your hands on the Valencia orange anymore, then I would direct you over to the orange creamsicle, because like I said, they are very similar entities there. All right, let's go ahead and talk about a beauty product that I have been using this week. So a couple of weeks ago, I picked up this product because I was pretty sure it would sell out the minute the Sephora sale began. And I was correct, because I do think that as of the time that I'm filming this video, it is listed as sold out. It is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in the shade Worth. Now, this is one of the 2 new shades that were just released about a month ago. There was Worth and I want to say Virtue. So I thought that this I almost said fragrance, not fragrance. I thought that this shade would be very similar to my Tower 28 Power Hour. I love that shade for the summertime because it has almost like a reddish undertone to it. It's very intimidating looking in the pan, but I promise you when you apply it to your skin, I think all skin tones, it would look beautiful on. I know that Jen Phelps has very fair skin and she likes that shade as well. So anyways, you guys know that I love the Soft Pinch formula from Rare Beauty. I own a couple of these blushes now. I own it also in Bliss and Hope. I also own it in, it's like a bright red shade. The name is escaping me at the moment. And then I picked this one up in Worth. Here's what I'm going to tell you. It's not the same shade like I was hoping it would be. And unfortunately on me, I find that this shade, it's described as a true rose. And I think to some degree, that is correct, right? Actually, no, it is correct. It's just, I think that I'm a little bit disappointed in the shade of it because it's not what I had expected it to be. On my skin tone, because I have neutral to golden undertones and I have started to self-tan, I find that when I apply this color on my cheeks, it's just a little, it pulls slightly like a pinky orange on my skin tone, which is not the shade that I am going for. So that's been a little bit of a disappointment for me. However, what I will say is that the lasting power on these blushes is phenomenal. So if you are looking for a long-lasting blush that looks natural on your skin, especially if you have drier skin, I think you would like this formula. But my skin is typically normal to oily and eats blush up, and I find that this is the longest lasting formula for a blush on my cheeks. So I'm on the fence about whether or not I want to keep this product just because I don't want to be wasteful, but also it's just not the shade that I find most flattering on my skin tone. So I don't know, you guys, I don't know what I'm going to do. Also, the other thing that I have found with these Rare Beauty blushes is because they are so pigmented, it's very easy to go overboard quickly with them. And I find that the shades Hope and Bliss, because they're more of like a nudie color, they are a little bit easier to get away with. You don't really like overdo it. But I do find on some of these more darker pigmented shades that I've found myself needing to tone down the blush a little bit. And the next beauty product that I'm going to talk about is what I use to help correct my overzealous blush application. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys some feedback because I was really excited to pick up this product. Spoiler alert, I did go ahead and repurchase the Tower 28 Cream Blush in Power Hour. I had bought one about 2.5 years ago and it had gone kind of yucky over the winter, and so I decluttered it, but I want it back in my collection. All right, let's go ahead and talk about a Kringle candle here. Now, I need to check. I thought I saw this one come back into stock. Not positive here, but this is one of their 3-wick 100% soy candles in the fragrance Happy Birthday. Now, I know that there's been a little bit of a hullabaloo because I feel like we were all expecting this to be like a birthday cake scent, and it's not. This is actually a repackage of vanilla waffle cone. The fragrance notes on this are powdered sugar, vanilla, butters, caramel, homemade waffles, and milk. So this candle to me, I have burned, you know, quite a ways here now. You're seeing it's burned quite a ways. What I will say on these 3-wick candles is that I do find myself trimming the wicks ever so slightly before each burn because they do develop, I wouldn't even call it like mushroom tops, but there is a little bit of excess carbon residue at the very end of the wicks. It's not a big deal for me to just go in and trim those off. The burn has been flawless for me, very clean. It's not sooty. That's the good part here, right? This fragrance, I like it. However, I find that I really only like it maybe for like the first hour, hour and a half. After I hit that mark, there is something, and I think it's the caramel note in here because I noticed that I had the same thing happen with the tea and cookies candle, which, by the way, I feel like this candle and that one are first cousins to one another. It takes on almost like a burned smell, but not a burned smell like a burned, there's a burned smell sometimes that I get with like chocolate scented candles that reminds me of cigarette smoke. That's not what it reminds me of. This reminds me in some ways of like a burn smell, kind of like wildfires. I don't know how to describe it other than that. I don't necessarily not like it because I'm kind of weird, I guess. I promise I'm not a pyro or anything like that. But it just, I will caution you that the scent takes on a different fragrance about an hour and a half into the burn. Now, it's interesting. This candle, it's funny. I've seen mixed reviews on it from people in the Kringle group on Facebook and then also on Instagram. So here's what I'm going to say. When I burn this candle in my bedroom, in my master bedroom, it performs pretty well for me. I can smell it well. The throw is good. It fills up my master bedroom. It fills up the bathroom. I can smell it really well. When I burn it out here in my living room, which is more open concept, has higher ceilings, I can barely smell it. So for that reason, I think I'm going to say the strength and throw on this one is about like a 4.5 to 5. If you burn it in a smaller room, you will probably be able to smell it. Now again, everybody's homes are different, so just take that with a grain of salt, I guess. Anytime you hear a candle review, I think it's important to pay attention to the layout. You know, if the person is saying what the layout of their home is, what the ceiling heights are, what is the ventilation like, what is the airflow, because obviously a candle is going to perform very differently in different homes depending on the layout of the home. But I'm just sharing with you what my honest experience has been with this candle. I like it. I'm not sure it would be a repurchase. I will tell you that if you are looking for an authentic birthday cake fragrance, I would point you over to Homeworx. Their birthday cake fragrance is probably my favorite one in terms of authenticity and burn quality, even though that one did get a little bit sooty towards the end. In terms of like an authentic birthday vanilla white cake type of fragrance, that is going to be your best bet. All right, let's talk about the other beauty product that I have been using this week. And part of the reason why I'm talking about this is because the Sephora sale is still going on. And you guys know, I've already said, if you caught my video about what was on my Sephora wish list, I don't believe that the Sephora sale is the greatest of all sales. I think for a select few brands that rarely put their products on discount, great, get it on discount. Or maybe if you're out of a product and you need a restock and you're not able to, or you don't want to wait for a better sale, then go ahead and pick things up. But otherwise, I'm not really somebody that goes hog wild on this. But one of the brands that I usually do not see more than a 20% discount on is Hourglass. And a product that I have been using this week a lot is my, what are these called? The Ambient Lighting Powder, not blushes, it's just their Ambient Lighting Powder. Okay, so this particular shade is in the shade Dim Light. And I like to use this as a finishing powder. It is not a setting powder, so if you have super oily skin, this is not going to set your makeup. This is a product that I use as one of my final steps before I apply setting spray to just smooth out and kind of blend my makeup to just give that beautiful finishing effect too. I don't know what is in these powders. I know a lot of people say that they've found dupes for them. I disagree. I am of the mindset that there's something in these powders that they have power to them now, that they're just really good. And I don't know what it is exactly that is in their formula, but I love the effect that it delivers on my skin. Now, what I will say that I have found to be the best usage of this powder is when I over apply a blush. If a blush is a little bit too pigmented for me, what I do is I go in with this nice big fluffy brush. I think this is It Cosmetics brushes for Ulta. I don't know exactly what this one is. Does it say the model of this one? It doesn't, but it's this big fluffy kabuki brush. You can use this, you know, any kind of style brush like this. It's very fluffy. I go in, I do that, and then I buff it just here on my cheeks and kind of just down on my chin. I rarely use this powder on my forehead because it does have a little bit of a glow, and with naturally somewhat oily skin, I don't want an oily T-zone. But I find that when I go in with this, it just kind of takes down the harshness. It blends, if you feel like there's any lines of demarcation going on your face, it just makes everything blend together very smoothly. Now, these products are very expensive. I will say that this powder I have owned for at least 1.5 years now, and I've barely made any progress on it. I also like to use the shade Diffused Light, which has a little bit more of a yellow undertone and it's a little bit lighter. I like to use that to set my under eyes with. I find that to be the best under eye setting powder if you are looking for a good one, especially for eyes that are going on the little bit more mature side. I'm 38 years old, so I find that to be the best one so far that does not cause any kind of creasing or draw any attention to any fine lines underneath the eyes. The last candle that I want to talk about this week is one that I have talked about before, but I am just being honest with you. I have burned it a lot this week because it's one of my favorite fragrances to burn this time of year, and that would be Kringle Candles Fresh Lilac. Now, this is the 2-wick medium 100% soy jar. I don't have the fragrance notes right in front of me, but what I will tell you is that this is the most authentic lilac fragrance I have come across in candle format. The one from Bath & Body Works is a little bit more powdery to my nose than this one. This one just brings back memories for me, and I'm sorry if you've heard me say this over and over again, because this is the story I tell all the time, because this is the scent memory I have with this. There was an orchard near my childhood home, and my mom every April, May would go and purchase freshly cut lilacs, put them in a beautiful vase, and display them on the mantle in our home. And every time I smell this, I just think of going with her to that old barn. Oh, it was the cutest little orchard, but they had this big old 100-year-old barn, and we would go in there and just, pick the lilacs, and the whole barn just smelled like this. It was so beautiful. And my mom passed away 6 years ago, so it's very much a pleasant, happy memory for me. But yes, I love this fragrance, and you guys know, well, I have said, I don't really like florals that much, but apparently I've bought a lot of floral candles this year, so perhaps my tastes are changing. But this candle is not so heady that it is headache inducing, because that's always been something that has kind of steered me away from florals in the past. I find this to be a solid performer. Again, I burned this one in my open concept living room. I would say that this is about a 7 on the strength and throw. It's not going to be headache inducing. It's a good medium performer, which is honestly my sweet spot, particularly with floral candles. So if you are looking for an authentic lilac fragrance, I would highly recommend picking this one up from Kringle. Full disclosure, I am a Kringle candle ambassador, and I will have all of these products that I'm talking about linked in the description box down below. But if you do choose to shop with Kringle Candle and you would like to save an additional 15%, my code JOYFULLIFE will do that for you. So this one's really good. Obviously, the clean burn that we have come to know and love from Kringle is there. And finally, I am going to talk about a product that I picked up recently from Bath & Body Works. Now, this is part of their new Gingham, like their flanker collection that they have. I know that their Gingham scent has been popular for many years, and then I want to say maybe a couple of weeks ago, a month ago now, they decided to release, what was it? Gingham Fresh, Gingham Gorgeous, Gingham Vibrant. I think those are the 3 flankers. Let me know if there's more. But the one that I went with is Gingham Fresh. So this is the ultimate hydration body cream with shea butter and hyaluronic acid. I have talked about before that I am somebody that typically likes to wear a nice body cream when I get out of the shower at night, because I don't want to smell too perfumed, but I do want to just have a nice scent lingering on my body. And recently I have started to purchase some of these body creams from Bath & Body Works. In the past, I did not find them to be very moisturizing. I felt that they dried my skin out actually, but I decided to go ahead and give them another shot, and I'm glad that I have. So the fragrance notes on this are juicy pear, sparkling clementine, and fresh daisies. I love this fragrance. In fact, when I picked it up and smelled it in store, and this would not surprise me because I do believe that either they are or they used to be sister companies, Victoria's Secret and Bath & Body Works. I know a long time ago, I mean, like, we're talking 20 years ago. I actually did work for Bath & Body Works. I had a very small, short stint working for them when I was in college. But I do remember that they were owned, I want to say they were both owned by the Limited. Again, this was like circa 2002. There was a fragrance at Victoria's Secret that smelled a lot like this. It was a pear fragrance. I want to say it was like pear glace or pear. There was a pear fragrance. And the minute I picked this up and smelled it, I was like, oh my word, it reminds me exactly of that. It reminded me of being a freshman in college and wearing that fragrance. It's so funny how scent just triggers memories, isn't it? But I really, really like this scent. Now, I will tell you that I did pick it up in the perfume during the Easter sale when they had everything 40% off. And unfortunately, I'm not that impressed with it. The perfume does not have very long lasting power. So I would say that if you like this fragrance, stick with the body cream. And then if you really want to layer fragrance, maybe pick up one of the fine fragrance mists, especially when they have them on sale. But the lotion itself, I have really, really been enjoying. I feel like I get out of the shower and I smell very clean, fresh, as this would say, but it's not freshness like a cotton fresh or like a laundry fresh. This is very much that green pear note in here. Perhaps a little bit of greenness from the daisy note, but clementine, I don't really get a citrus note in here too much, but I love it. I maybe a little bit of effervescence, I guess, would be coming from that, but it's not truly an effervescent one. I just have really, really been enjoying that cream this week. And also I want to ask you guys, if you are curious to see what I have picked up recently, Bath & Body Works has had a lot of pretty decent body care sales, soap sales, candles. I mean, they've got all sorts of stuff going on. And I have picked up and added some body creams and scrubs and stuff like that and added them to my collection. If you would be curious to see what I have purchased recently and what my thoughts are on those, let me know in the comment box down below, because I would love to film that and share that with you guys. Just a little bit of housekeeping that I want to touch up on here. First off, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out. If you are not subscribed to my channel and you want to stick around for more of my content, which centers a lot around candles and a little bit of beauty, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And then let me just give my little spiel here real quick. It's nothing, it makes it sound so dramatic that way. I wanted to let you guys know that as we are approaching the summer months, we are coming into a time of year where my life gets a little bit hectic. My 3 kids have about 1 more month left of school, so they have a lot of end of year school activities going on. I also have a little side gig where I teach dance for our local dance studio, and we will be having our recital come up next month. And then once summertime kicks in, you know, my kids are home all the time, and it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to film consistently. And in addition to that, I only have 4 more summers with, well, I mean, we never really know how much time we have, but my oldest child is going into high school this year, and you become acutely aware as with each passing year how what do they say? The days are long, but the years are short. Is that how it goes? I don't know. Anyways, getting all sentimental here, really what I'm getting at is that you might find that some of my video content being uploaded might become a little bit more sporadic as we head into the summer months. And that is just for a variety of reasons of there's a lot of life being lived here. I love all of you guys here on YouTube, but this is a hobby for me, and my family will always come first. We have some fun trips planned, and so it's hard to get things, you know, scheduled around that. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that I am okay if you see me maybe miss a week or maybe not see me, you know, uploading content as frequently. That is what is going on. Also, I have a lot of candles in my collection that I do want to get reviews out for you, but with, you know, time being pinched, I might have to start reviewing or like giving full dedicated reviews over on my Instagram channel. Not that I'm going to do that all the time. I want you guys to hear me very clearly. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to do any candle reviews here at all. If I find the time to film a dedicated review on a candle that I feel like a lot of people would be interested in, I will definitely make sure to post that on here. And as always, I will continue to let you guys know when I have haul. You know, I'll give you guys first sniff impressions. I will continue to do my monthly empties on that, and then also include them here in my weekly series. But I did just want to let you guys know like what is kind of going on with that right now, because there's only so many hours in the day, and sometimes it feels like I'm being stretched in a bunch of different directions. So make sure you're following me over on Instagram if you are looking for specific candle reviews. And also, if you happen to see me talk about one that you think that I might have in my collection, and you are curious to see if I've burned it yet and what the performance is, but you haven't heard me talk about it, please always feel free to send me a DM on Instagram or leave a comment down below or whatnot, and I will always try to make sure to get back to you to let you guys know if I have gotten to burning them and what my experience has been. So just wanted to put that all out there for you. I want to say thank you so much for spending your time here with me today, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.